imaginations, as my daughter likes to say. I like to take my imagination everywhere I go. So this particular activity I came up with when I was a little kid, stuck in a vehicle for 8 hours going to Minnesota. And I hated being bored. So I would get my pencil, pen, and I would make a mark. Close my eyes, make a mark. And then I would come back to that and say, what could I make that? So instead of having to come up with an idea beforehand, you make a mark, close your eyes, you make a mark, and you come back to it. So I'm gonna start with this one so I don't get overwhelmed by all my squiggles. So you're gonna make a squiggle and then decide what it can be. Now this one, I'm just automatically thinking flower, but kind of like an under the sea crazy flower maybe. I think a lot of my stuff is like stuff under the sea is just so unpredictable, like the anemones and stuff, that I enjoy making things that could be plants and animals under the sea. I don't really know. I've never lived under there. Okay, so here's my funky flower. I'm gonna give it a little thorn over here. Maybe make that one a little bit more pointy. And this is just a fun doodle. You can go back and add some different lines. I'm gonna give it a crazy stem, go and clear off my page, and then I'm gonna draw some leaves on it. Okay, looks kind of crazy. I kind of like it. I'm gonna move back up to this one. This one could be some kind of a weird sea serpent. Could mimic that. And this could be its crazy fins back here. Could have huge mouth where he's thinking about getting some fish in these sharp, sharp teeth. Eyeball. Maybe another crazy fin that mimics these crazy fins. And then fill that in with some texture, some lines. All right, so already I have a creature and I have a plant, so I could just create a drawing out of these imagination doodles, or I could do some more. So I'm gonna close my eyes, come over here, and what could that one be? Oh, I kind of see maybe a hammerhead shark over here if I were to complete this line, or maybe this could be a squiggle that my pencil's drawing. I'm gonna try that one. So here's my pencil. Pencil with the lines like that, and then this is going to be all shaded in, and then they have flat edges around there. This is kind of a crazy pencil, and then I could go back into this and create something really wild. Get right off the page. Maybe it could come back onto the page. It could get really small back here. So then I'm just having fun imagining what this pencil's been up to. Sometimes I sit down and I want to be creative, but I can't think of anything. And that's really where this idea came from, is what I want to draw. I don't know. I can't think of anything. So then you just start, and then your imagination can kind of fill in the blanks. So I just think of it as a squiggle, and then you make that squiggle into a doodle. And then after you do that doodle, you just see where else it takes you. Maybe this shark sees a flower over here. Maybe there's a daisy. Maybe there's some waves. All right, I'm gonna do a few more squiggles. Let's see. So I have this pencil stuff. Squiggle. Here we go. My eyes are closed. Okay, what could this one be? Pencil flower of a shark. Let's see, I can make it into this crazy creature. This could be a claw like that. I kind of do something like that. Maybe these are his eyeballs. And he's gonna try and chomp on these. Maybe I can make some legs out here. Don't think about them looking cool or good. Just have fun making the craziest creature you can imagine. Giving him little hands. And then maybe I could stop it right there and give him like a beetle style back. Give him these clampers some teeth, kind of. Well, I like that critter. Okay. I'm gonna do another one up here. Close my eyes. Whoa, what can that one be? I can make that one into maybe some sea anemone stuff going on up here. And I'll continue kind of framing my page in. Definitely don't just do one squiggle on your paper and think that it's done. Just keep going and see where it takes you. Just keep going and going and going. Maybe that's some sort of crazy sea anemone, sea life, seaweed. I'm gonna fill it up with little suckers or bubbles. Maybe they get bigger as they go back here. Okay, and I want to show you one other trick that I learned through Zentangles is that a lot of times you can take a pencil. If you look over here at this example one that I did earlier, just take a pencil and you just lightly shade in some of your designs. You could do this with crayon too, but it brings it out a little bit. So we're gonna do that over here. So one thing you can do is like really close to the edge, you can make it a little bit darker. I'm just using the side of my pencil and then get lighter, lighter, lighter. And then go darker on the top again and then fade it out to the middle. And then I could really fade or really shade this in dark to bring that out. It just brings out my gesture a little bit. I'm gonna shade in this flower. Right over my main lines, I'm gonna make it dark. Where I got messy, I can just shape that up. I can make it darker as it gets in here. Remember, these don't have to be real things. These are out of your imagination. I wanna see what's in there. What kind of crazy ideas can you come up with when you just let yourself just go, just create, be wild. Try to make the weirdest creatures you can imagine. I'm gonna make it dark right up here and then fade to lighter. I'm gonna make these little spiky things real dark. There's no reason to create something that you've already seen before. Create something that's in your brain. You can go back in. You can use your eraser for a tool. Make some more stripes. I'll show you. Okay. I'm gonna shade this in. And then I think, good. You can of course take your time and do a better job shading than me. Okay, I'm just gonna shade this one last guy. Oh, definitely over here it'd be really fun to shade all this in. Showing what this pencil's been up to. And you could add even more stuff. Crazy stuff. And maybe as it gets smaller, it gets darker, darker, darker. Okay, so I just want to show you over here. These all started out as squiggles, and they turned into the weirdest creatures and plants and doodles that I never could have imagined if I just had it in my brain first. You have to start with something and then go from there. So start with a squiggle, turn it into a doodle, and use your imagination. Take it everywhere you go.